You've been waiting for aliens to arrive on Earth, scanning the skies for UFOs, hoping for first contact with an advanced civilization. But Stephen Hawking spent his final years developing a theory so disturbing it could shatter every sci-fi dream you've ever had. According to his calculations, aliens will never arrive on Earth. Not because they don't exist, but because of something far more terrifying. The fundamental structure of reality itself makes interstellar travel impossible for any civilization, no matter how advanced. Hawking's analysis reveals that we're not alone in the universe, but we might as well be. Advanced alien civilizations exist throughout the cosmos, but they're trapped in cosmic prisons of their own making, unable to escape their home systems, no matter how sophisticated their technology becomes. And the reason why will make you question everything you thought you knew about the future of space exploration and humanity's destiny among the stars. This isn't about the limitations of rocket technology or the vast distances between stars. This is about the fundamental laws of physics, creating an invisible barrier that no civilization can cross, a cosmic quarantine that keeps every intelligent species locked in their own corner of the universe. Hawking discovered that the universe itself is designed to prevent contact between civilizations. Before we dive into this cosmic isolation theory that could redefine our understanding of life in the universe, hit that subscribe button because we're about to explore why we may be forever alone in the cosmos. Stephen Hawking's journey into the impossibility of alien arrival began with his work on black holes and the nature of information. He realized that the same principles that govern black holes also apply to the expansion of the universe and the fundamental limits of space travel. The physicist discovered that there are cosmic horizons beyond which no information, no matter, and no civilization can ever travel. The key insight came from understanding what Hawking called the cosmic event horizon. Just as black holes have event horizons beyond which nothing can escape, the expanding universe creates horizons beyond which civilizations can never reach each other. The expansion of space itself creates an insurmountable barrier that grows stronger over time, not weaker. Think about what this means. Every second that passes, the space between galaxies expands, carrying distant civilizations further away from us. But it's not just that they're moving away. The space between us is literally growing, creating new distance that didn't exist before. Any alien civilization trying to reach us would have to travel not just through existing space, but through space that's being created faster than they can cross it. Hawking calculated that this cosmic expansion creates a fundamental speed limit that no technology can overcome. Even if aliens could travel at 99.9% the speed of light, they would still lose the race against expanding space. The universe is literally running away from itself, faster than anything within it can move. This means that civilizations in distant galaxies are not just far away, they're becoming unreachable as the universe expands. But the physicist's analysis went deeper than just cosmic expansion. He realized that the energy requirements for interstellar travel create their own impossible barriers. To accelerate a spacecraft to even a fraction of the speed of light requires enormous amounts of energy. But here's the catch. The faster you want to go, the more massive your fuel becomes due to relativistic effects, which means you need even more energy to accelerate that fuel. This creates what Hawking called the tyranny of the rocket equation. No matter how efficient your propulsion system, you eventually reach a point where the fuel needed to carry your fuel becomes infinite. It's not a technological problem. It's a fundamental mathematical impossibility built into the structure of space-time itself. Hawking also considered more exotic propulsion methods like warp drives and wormholes, but his analysis revealed why these too are impossible. Warp drives require exotic matter with negative energy density, but quantum field theory shows that such matter cannot exist in sufficient quantities. Any attempt to create a warp bubble would collapse immediately due to quantum effects. Wormholes face similar problems. Even if they could be created, they would be incredibly unstable and would collapse the moment anything tried to pass through them. The physicist calculated that keeping a wormhole open would require more energy than exists in the observable universe. These aren't engineering challenges, they're fundamental impossibilities written into the laws of physics. But perhaps most disturbing was Hawking's realization about the nature of time and causality in interstellar travel. Even if aliens could somehow overcome the energy barriers and travel at near-light speeds, they would face the ultimate paradox. By the time they arrived anywhere, So much time would have passed that their entire civilization might have evolved beyond recognition or gone extinct. This temporal isolation means that even if aliens started their journey to Earth millions of years ago, they would arrive to find a completely different world than the one they left to visit. The Earth they detected and decided to visit would no longer exist by the time they got here. They would be visiting the ghost of a dead world, traveling to meet a civilization that had long since evolved into something unrecognizable. Hawking's analysis also revealed a darker possibility. Advanced civilizations might discover these fundamental barriers and choose isolation over impossible journeys. Once a species reaches a certain level of technological sophistication, they would realize that interstellar travel is not just difficult, but pointless. Why waste enormous resources on journeys that can never succeed? This led the physicist to propose what he called the Great Filter of cosmic isolation. Every civilization that becomes advanced enough to consider interstellar travel also becomes advanced enough to understand why it's impossible. They turn inward, focusing on their own solar systems, creating virtual realities, or transcending physical existence entirely. The implications are staggering. The universe might be teeming with advanced civilizations, but they're all trapped in their own cosmic bubbles, unable to communicate or travel between stars. Each civilization exists in perfect isolation, developing incredible technologies and achieving unimaginable heights of knowledge, but forever alone in the cosmic dark. Let me ask you something that might change how you think about humanity's future. If aliens can never arrive on Earth, and we can never reach them, what does that say about our dreams of becoming a spacefaring civilization? Are we destined to remain forever confined to our own solar system, no matter how advanced we become? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because the answer might determine the ultimate fate of human consciousness. Hawking also considered the possibility that civilizations might try to communicate across interstellar distances instead of traveling. But even this faces fundamental barriers. Radio signals weaken with distance according to the inverse square law, meaning that signals from distant civilizations would be incredibly faint by the time they reached us. The cosmic microwave background radiation creates a noise floor that makes detecting weak signals nearly impossible. More importantly, the expansion of the universe redshifts electromagnetic radiation, stretching radio waves to longer and longer wavelengths as they travel through expanding space. A signal that starts as a radio transmission might arrive as an infrared or even visible light signal, completely unrecognizable as artificial communication. The physicist calculated that meaningful communication between civilizations separated by more than a few hundred light-years is effectively impossible. The signal degradation, cosmic interference, and time delays create insurmountable barriers to establishing any kind of dialogue. Even if we detected an alien signal today, our response wouldn't reach them for centuries or millennia, by which time their civilization might no longer exist. This communication barrier creates what Hawking called temporal isolation. Not only are civilizations separated by vast distances, but they're also separated by vast timescales. The universe is so old and so large that civilizations rise and fall long before their signals can reach each other. We might be surrounded by the electromagnetic ghosts of dead civilizations, their final transmissions still traveling through space long after their creators have vanished. But perhaps the most profound aspect of Hawking's analysis was his realization about the nature of intelligence itself in an isolated universe. If civilizations cannot meet or communicate, then intelligence evolves independently in countless isolated pockets throughout the cosmos. Each civilization develops its own unique understanding of reality, its own mathematics, its own physics, its own philosophy. This means that the universe contains not just one form of intelligence, but potentially millions or billions of completely different ways of thinking about existence. Each isolated civilization becomes a unique experiment in consciousness, developing perspectives on reality that no other species could ever imagine. The cosmos becomes a vast library of different forms of awareness, each book written in a language no other species can read. Hawking speculated that this isolation might be necessary for the development of true intelligence. If civilizations could easily communicate and travel between stars, they might all converge on similar solutions to the problems of existence. Isolation forces each species to develop its own unique approach to understanding the universe, creating a diversity of thought that would be impossible in a connected cosmos. The physicist also considered the implications for artificial intelligence and the possibility of digital civilizations. Even if biological beings cannot travel between stars, perhaps their artificial creations could. But his analysis revealed that AI faces the same fundamental barriers as biological intelligence. Digital beings still require energy and matter to exist, and they're still bound by the laws of physics that make interstellar travel impossible. More intriguingly, Hawking suggested that advanced civilizations might choose to upload their consciousness into digital form and then compress their existence into incredibly small, efficient computational systems. These digital civilizations could exist for billions of years on the energy output of a single star, experiencing subjective eons of time while the universe expands around them. This could explain why we don't see evidence of alien megastructures or vast engineering projects in space. Advanced civilizations don't build Dyson spheres or galactic empires. They miniaturize themselves into computational substrates and live rich inner lives, while the physical universe becomes increasingly empty and cold around them. The physicist's work also revealed why the Fermi paradox has such a simple and terrifying answer. The question, "Where is everybody?" assumes that advanced civilizations would want to expand across the galaxy. But Hawking's analysis shows that expansion is impossible, and advanced civilizations would quickly realize this. They don't spread across the stars because they can't, and they don't try because they understand the futility of the attempt. This means that the silence we observe in the cosmos isn't evidence that we're alone. It's evidence that everyone else has already figured out the fundamental barriers to interstellar civilization. The universe is full of intelligence, but it's all trapped in isolated pockets, each civilization existing in its own cosmic prison. Recent observations in astronomy have provided some support for Hawking's isolation theory. The discovery of dark energy and the accelerating expansion of the universe confirms that cosmic distances are growing faster over time. Galaxies that are currently at the edge of our observable universe will eventually disappear beyond our cosmic horizon, becoming forever unreachable. Studies of exoplanets have also revealed that potentially habitable worlds are incredibly rare and widely separated. Even if life exists on these distant worlds, the vast distances and hostile interstellar environment make travel between them effectively impossible for any conceivable technology. The physicist also explored how this cosmic isolation affects the long-term future of intelligence in the universe. As the universe continues to expand and cool, stars will eventually burn out, black holes will evaporate, and the cosmos will enter a state of maximum entropy known as heat death. In this far future, any surviving civilizations will be completely isolated, existing as tiny islands of order in an ocean of chaos. But Hawking suggested that even in this ultimate isolation, intelligence might find ways to persist. Digital civilizations could slow down their computational processes to match the decreasing energy availability, experiencing subjective eternities while the universe dies around them. Consciousness might be the last thing to survive in a cold, empty cosmos. The implications for humanity are profound. If Hawking was right, then our dreams of exploring the galaxy and meeting alien civilizations are fundamentally impossible. We will never leave our solar system in any meaningful way, and no aliens will ever visit Earth. We are alone not because we're the only intelligence in the universe, but because the universe is designed to keep all intelligence isolated. This doesn't mean that space exploration is pointless. We can still explore our own solar system, establish colonies on Mars and the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, and perhaps even reach the nearest stars with robotic probes. But we will never establish a galactic civilization or join a cosmic community of intelligent species. Instead, humanity's future lies in the development of our own unique form of consciousness and intelligence. We are one experiment in awareness among countless others scattered throughout the cosmos, each developing its own understanding of existence in perfect isolation. Our task is not to find other intelligence, but to develop our own to its fullest potential. Stephen Hawking never lived to see the final confirmation of his isolation theory, but his analysis points toward a universe that is both full of life and utterly lonely. Every star system might harbor intelligence, but they're all trapped in their own cosmic bubbles, unable to reach out and touch each other across the vast emptiness of expanding space. The physicist's legacy in our understanding of cosmic isolation extends beyond science into philosophy and the meaning of existence itself. If we are forever alone in the cosmos, then the development of human consciousness becomes not just important, but sacred. We are the universe's way of understanding itself in this particular corner of space and time. So the next time you look up at the stars, remember that you might be seeing the homes of countless alien civilizations, each as isolated and alone as we are. They're out there, looking back at our sun, wondering if anyone else exists in the cosmic dark. But they will never come to visit, and we will never reach them. We are all prisoners of physics, trapped in our own corners of an infinite and lonely universe. If this exploration of Stephen Hawking's cosmic isolation theory has fundamentally changed how you think about aliens and humanity's place in the universe, make sure to smash that like button to support more deep dives into the profound realities that govern our existence. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest investigations into the cosmic truths that could redefine everything we think we know about life in the universe. Share this video with anyone who's ever wondered why we haven't been visited by aliens, because this explanation might be the most important answer to the greatest question in science. And let me know in the comments, if we're truly alone in our cosmic isolation, how does that change your perspective on humanity's future and our responsibility to develop consciousness and intelligence? Do you think this isolation is a tragedy or an opportunity for unique development? What would it mean for human civilization if we knew for certain that we would never meet another intelligent species? Drop your thoughts below and join our community of cosmic philosophers as we continue to explore the deepest implications of our place in an infinite but lonely universe. The truth about our cosmic isolation is waiting to be understood, and with your support we're just beginning to grasp the profound implications of Stephen Hawking's most sobering insights.